to WROL Broadcast. I am Hate Mail. With me today we have Kage.
Yeah.
And we have Da Boy,
What's good?
who's freaking out a little bit over ads. So we thought we'd talk about ads a little bit because newest feature, the big feature we've been waiting for in DCL. And just kind of wanted to get everybody's thoughts on it, talk through it a little bit, the pros and cons. We'll go ahead and start with you, Kage. What was your initial thoughts on ads? Good, bad, ugly?
Oh no, I thought that was great. WB is finally expanding the content, and we're finally getting a way for free-to-play players to finally get some gems, get that sweet ad revenue. Help foster the game because they don't pay anything for the game. And the devs can't rely on you whales forever. Maybe you whales you get bored, you quit, you don't spend as much. So I think the ads are a great way to supplement that income stream.
Da Boy, I know you have some strong thoughts on this, so why don't we get into it?
Ugly, 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 ugly. Now, when they first came out, I was a little hot because I was like, I personally hate ads. Ads are fine if you can pay to not have them. That's the way I look at it. But as the last day or two has gone by since they released, maybe they're not so bad. They're not as intrusive as I was initially thinking they were going to be. I downloaded some really cool new games that are taking some of my time now. Not playing as much
Did you
DCL.
actually download games from it?
Oh yeah, I downloaded Raid Shadow Legends,
Well,
Marvel
didn't you used
Strike
to play that
Force.
anyway?
Hey, that's a mute point. That's a mute point. It got me to re-download it. Marvel Strike Force, got that one up in there. Some little bubble popper game.
Now I know
Yeah.
one of your big things before is you were upset about the number one on it.
Oh, that still drives me nuts. But I just hold my thumb over that part of the screen when I play it.
The only thing is there's always a number one over my chat, the CC. There's always a 3 or more under my heroes because I don't want to take
Yeah.
the legendary upgrade for like Lobo and a few other characters. I always have mailbox tickers, so I don't even notice it's there. Actually, after like a day, I stopped noticing it was even there.
Yeah. It was I'm not as popular as you on the CC, so I don't have those notifications to worry about.
You mean you don't have half-naked children holding knives sending you pictures of
Oh
themselves?
my god. No, definitely don't have that. It's not what I have.
That was still my most disturbing day of my life in DCL.
That's weird. I have like a notification every other day that's like someone liked something that I posted. I'm like, oh cool, and I clear it immediately.
I don't even log into the CC for days at a time, so.
Oh, if there's a
Well,
note,
don't tell them that, man. They'll know that you're neglecting them.
They know because people
True.
ask me questions. Why aren't you responding? And then
7 days later.
I know this is getting way off topic, but on the CC, I can't open. Like if you send me a private message and you're listening to this, I'm not ignoring you. If I click on it on both my phone and my iPad, it just crashes, and it has done that for about a year and a half now. So I can't respond to you on the CC. So people send me messages. I try to look at them. I can't read them past, and then it crashes.
Best way to contact hate mail, WROL Broadcast at what?
Gmail.
Gmail?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were under Yahoo. Okay.
No, we're on Gmail.
At gmail.com. Yeah.
Yeah, or just in the Reddit
It's
or Discord or Line or any. There's a lot of ways you can reach us. Twitter, we're on everything.
That's Hate Mail's
YouTube.
only Google product.
Yeah, YouTube.
Facebook.
I
Kind
don't
of.
use Facebook, but Kage
Twitter.
controls the Facebook account. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, that's off topic.
Anyways, ads.
Ads.
Ads. See, look it. I can be an advertiser. Ad.
So,
Now,
all right, so you've officially stopped spending due to ads, is what you're saying. The boy, because that's what you said. You weren't pouring another dollar into DCL because of ads.
Until I see how this works out, because the ads kind of worry me a little bit. They did worry me.
Well, I'm
a
gonna
lot
say
of the time,
Doombox gave me a good response to that when I brought up that, maybe this is slightly alarming because you started getting it creeping in the back of my mind a little bit. But he said
Mm-hmm.
if there was any worry about the game, ads would not be optional.
They'd be forced down your throat.
Yeah, you
They
would see them in loading screens, or because loading screens really, if they did an ad there, it wouldn't affect your gameplay, it wouldn't slow down the game. But
But you see that freaking intrusive banner right on top of your gameplay while you're playing. Have you ever played those games where there's like an ad
Yeah,
as you're
what if I'm
playing?
trying to screen record and I got some Rihanna lingerie popping up on my screen?
that was I still can't believe that. So if you're watching the YouTube version of this, or if you've been on Reddit, I screenshotted it. That just cracked me up because this is supposed to be like,
A kids
kid-friendly
game,
game.
kid friendly game.
And then you click on the Rihanna ad, and it's crotchless underwear, and oh man, I was like, this is great.
I'm
Then
still
again, it was on the
laughing.
Super Bowl, so what difference does it make?
These ads are giving me really good ideas to what to buy for Artemis.
Yeah.
When she gets here, I'll be like, hey girl, I got you something.
My
Come here, girl.
favorite one so far. I was eating dinner and I almost spit out my water. Was the Manscaped one with two hairy coconuts? I laughed so hard. I was
Uh,
like, whoa. But yeah,
well, let me give you the pros to um, let me give you the pros to the ads. Oh God, can you guys go ahead and talk? I gotta take a phone call real fast. I'll be 2 seconds.
good.
Hey,
Here's
so
Go ahead.
the ads aren't as bad as you thought they were. And
They
besides,
they are not.
you're like pro-capitalist anyway. What's the problem with ads?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Ads bother me because I can't clear them. That's why they bother me. But like I was saying, is it kind of worried me a little bit because we've had this game. It released in what, November of 2016, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've had this game now for 3.5 years ad free, and then all of a sudden, all these ads pop in, right? And hey, here's these ads. Hey, watch this video. You can get free gems. Okay, great. Like 30 seconds, you give me what is it? 30 gems? Like that's a gem a second. But and that's only 30 gems. I mean, 30 gems is not going to do anything.
I will
But
say, the argument against ads is that it gives a new way to sell off your information to advertisers. So,
that too.
DCL by itself, they don't track what you do. They don't care what you do. They don't care who you are. You're the guy who plays the game. Now, when you open up the ad store, does it track your info? Do they sell that info? Like, is this an example of corporations just creeping into your life and trying to steal every penny you got?
Well, and
Well,
that's the other thing with those ads is like when you click on them, it takes you in and you got to enter in your email. I mean, even to take that little quiz, right? And the other thing is if you take the quiz and you don't get enough questions right, you just wasted all your time because you don't get no gems anyways.
my only retort to that though is that how much information are you really giving them through DCL that you're not doing through everything else? I don't like them being able to sell information either. I'm a very private person, but like I don't think they get information until you actually click on the ads, and then those ads get the information on what your buying habits are and all that other crap. Which, if you go on any social media, you're giving 10 times more than that you play
True.
DCL.
Well, right. But,
It's true.
you can't assume that every active DCL player is using Facebook, and giving your information away like
Yeah,
that either, Like, you don't even have social media besides your WRL stuff.
true. But I assume
You
every
know?
time I go to Google and type in a search engine, they're selling my data.
Yeah, that's why I stopped using Google.
Mm. Well, you have to use some kind of search engine. I'm sure they all do it.
Bing's actually, so Microsoft actually is more transparent with what they do about your search. So that's why I kind of switched over to them. Plus, and this isn't them sponsoring me or anything, but Microsoft, if you use their search engine, you add up points, and then you can spend those points. And I buy myself yearly Xbox Live credits.
Hmm. I wasn't aware of that. I'm gonna check that out. On
Speaking of
the,
sponsorships, if Discord is listening, I'm your biggest advocator, and
he
I love
really is.
Discord so much.
Oh my God, this guy's worse than DP. So let me ask you a question, DeBoy. If you see, and this was the other, I don't know if you guys talked about this yet or not, but the positive to the ads are if you're a free-to-play player and you do the ads every day, it's 3,000 gems a month roughly. That's not too bad for
Okay,
a minute and a half
that's not
worth of
too
time.
bad. Well, and that's what
It's
I
like,
was
oh,
gonna
honey,
get
I'm making
into.
300 gems a day on DCL.
It's only
That's
100,
the
but
paycheck you can bring
you
home.
figure 3,000 over
Yeah.
30 days. That's not bad. I mean, it's really not like even I'm like, well, 3,000 gems. I mean, that's not chump change. I don't know what that equates to. It's like $5-10 in the
You
game.
know what they say about, saving pennies into your penny jar every day.
Yeah.
Adds up.
It's
It
true.
is. It
It's
adds up.
true.
I mean, the 3,000 for a minute and a half. If it took longer than that, I mean, granted, it crashes right now, so it's really not worth your time. And I've only done it once. But
Mhm.
if it worked smoothly when they fixed the bug, I mean, I'll take the 30 seconds, a minute and a half to get 100 gems. Why not? I mean, I do it
So
for red alerts.
here's the thing about the ads too that I'm concerned about is that I think it's great that WV's expanding ways to increase revenue. The hope is that they use that extra money to reinvest in the game. Give us better characters, give us better character designs, give us this background art for once. But something tells me that most of that money isn't going to go where it should go.
Well, I mean, that
You
can be
know,
said about anything.
here's
You spend money, anything that makes more revenue, they're going to put more resources into. That's a given. So you figure a small percentage of the player base is the spenders. It's very small, I'm sure. I mean,
very small, very small.
that's every app game for the most part. So if you can make revenue off the, let's just say 80% of people that never spend because they're willing to watch a minute and a half worth of ads every day, or maybe they'll go into the shop and say, hey, like I did go into the shop and I saw that the NFL shop wasn't one of them. I'm like, well, I was planning on buying a new hat or some NFL gear, and I would rather follow the link through DCL and get free gems if I'm going to go through, just the search
Do that
engines.
anyways.
If I'm going to do it anyways, and you may see, I mean, there's quite a bit of stuff on there. So if you see it and you're like, hey, I can get 3,000 gems for doing that, why not? And if the game makes money off that and they capture it from all the people that don't spend a dollar, that could be a good thing.
And that's kind of where I after a couple days of sitting on it and hiding it with my thumb while I played, I started thinking about that, and I was like, you know what? Okay, this could be good
So what
because,
do you
like you
do,
said, there
boy, if they do a Lantern Monsoon? Are you going to not spend? That's the question.
it is going to be a very internal conflicted interest. I don't know,
I think
but
since Stanner said that Warner Brother fears me, I'm going to have to play that card and summon one soon for you, just so that you
and
spend.
play that
Yeah,
card. Say
we're
the
gonna we're
boy
gonna
is
fight for
done.
another
Yeah.
we're gonna fight for another lantern
The
month.
boy is done. No, but here, if they want to drive revenue, here's something that I forgot who I was
Oh,
talking
if
to
you
about
want to
it,
drive
but
revenue, who are on your lantern wish list?
well, I'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, we don't need this whole podcast about lanterns that are going to come in like 2022 since we've had like 9 lantern months.
Oh, it's once every 18 months, man. So I'm holding off till friggin' June or July of 2021. That's gonna be my month. Just fast forward me through 2020 and get me out of this year.
We're gonna tell them
Anyways,
we're bringing Razor next month.
oh my god.
Is that the guy's name? I can't even remember.
Yep,
Razor,
The
yeah.
Red
that's the
Lantern guy.
guy's
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
That's the guy's name. If they dropped Razor, I would become a hypocrite and drop every dime I had. But
Indigo one.
Indigo one, I would probably drop some dough. It would yeah.
What about your boy Kilowog?
Yeah, that would be
Basically,
I've
just name
wanted
any
Kilowog.
lantern and he would drop a lot of money.
If it was Chip, I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy a single shard.
Not
Wouldn't
Chip,
do it.
really?
I don't give a crap about Chip.
What's the name of that planet?
Mogo?
Kage. You're gonna make me edit this
Got it.
one.
Mogo? I mean,
Yeah.
that would be cool, but he'd have to be so big. It would he'd be like 1v4 in the game. Anyways, back to my point on the ads revenue. If they want to do it, every game nowadays is building a battle pass, right? Put a 6-week battle pass. It's $10, and you can level up your battle pass by playing PvE. It also gives level 80 players something to still farm XP for. Okay. And then at the end of the battle pass, if you get to level, whatever the final level is, 50, 75, 100, put a rebirth token or 2 or 5 rebirth tokens there.
Now you're
But make
screaming.
it tied.
Now you're screaming.
Now I'm screaming.
I was gonna say I'd be buying women's lingerie for rebirth tokens.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, give us a battle pass or something, and tie that. If you buy the battle pass, the ad goes away. The ads go away, and you don't have to see that anymore, right? So if you pay $9.99 per month, you get the battle pass, and you can turn off the ads.
But what if you get rebirth
Like,
tokens for crotchless panties?
well, then my wife is going to be getting some fun stuff.
I was gonna say
That's what's going to
I'm
happen.
just gonna throw them all out right now.
Like, I'm just saying, like a battle pass, and that's a way that level 80 players. I mean, with those events that we play all the time, right? They grant the XP whether you're level 80 or not, right? But that's just wasted. But if you can still utilize that XP towards something like a battle pass or like a level up, mechanic that you can do let's say they do a pass that lasts for 8 weeks or 4 weeks. So you have the entire month, you can level up that battle pass, and then the next month it starts over, right? Make it $5, make it $10.
I always thought they should do like even just like a subscription service where you get certain gears and rebirth tokens or whatever. But yeah, the same concept. But I've never even heard of doing it like that. That's a good idea.
Right? Because my thing is the XP is just going to nothing. Not that it's that big of a deal, but it would give something for level 80 players to grind towards.
Yeah, it's like prestiging almost.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to be level 80 to get it. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
You should. But I mean, it's not that hard to get there.
It's true. That is true. That's my thoughts. My thoughts on the ads. I've kind of softened it a little bit because I saw
I know
that
you're
graphic
freaking out
that
the
you
first
sent.
day.
The first day I was done, bro. The first day, I'm not even kidding you. I almost deleted the game. I'm not kidding. Like, I was hovering it, and I almost deleted it. But I said, you know what? I'm going to hold on. I've been playing this game for 3.5 years.
You got too much invested.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep playing. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to see how it goes. And then I saw that graphic you sent about how the revenue has gone up.
Well, that's the
right?
other thing I want to talk about. Let's talk about that for a minute. So I'm going to include the images if you're watching the YouTube version. I might even include it in the initial art just so you can see it, cover art. The revenue from last year, and I'm gonna find I've saved them because the problem is unless you pay like a gazillion dollars to Sensor Tower, you can't pull up old data. But I've been saving them periodically over the years, and the revenue was really low. I want to say for Android it was like 100,000, maybe it was 100, 200,000, somewhere around that range. And then iTunes, because they report them separately, was like, and this is per month, was like 50 to 100,000, and now it's back up to 300 and 300. So the game's doing surprisingly well. And if you listen to the episode where we interviewed with Stanner, she says, she made comments about how this game always surprises at how well it does. So I don't think this game is, yeah, lots of us have issues. And even look at the Reddit. The Reddit's growing. Like the game for an old game, this game's going on over 3 years.
3.5 years.
Yeah, 3.5 years.
November 2016 was when it released.
So we're going on 4 years this year.
4 years, yeah.
And this game's going pretty. For an old game, this game's doing pretty well. It's still, I think it's still in the top 100 for revenue for games. So,
wow,
that's impressive when you talk about there's millions of apps out there.
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah, my number one priority is like, look, the revenue's up. Get more people on the team, and give us at least a background art.
Yeah. I don't care about the background art. But let's think about this though. Let's talk about one other thing. Okay, so they did a lot of resources to create raids. We know that. That was last year, and going into this year, the raids were super buggy, lots of issues, lots of repairs. Then they also keep churning out. I know a lot of people are like, that's not new content, but it still takes a lot of energy, effort, and art to create 2 new characters and the events they do every single month. So the fact that we're almost 4 years in and we still get monthly large segment of content is pretty decent. So when you add, I'm sure this, I mean, as much as I'm not a big fan of ads, it is pretty intuitive and pretty slick the way it's set up. So I'm guessing it took a little bit of effort. So I'm hoping now that that's behind them, which honestly this wouldn't have been my first pick, but I'm sure, you got to find ways to make money, I guess. So I guess it's better than jacking up prices on other things.
Yeah, don't make my packs $125. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Keep them at 100.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you look at it that way, I mean, trying to see the glass half full on that part, you would think that hopefully there is some, new stuff on the horizon in the next, however long it takes to make. That's my hope. I mean, we are getting new skins that are awesome. So
The skins are good, and they've gotten progressively better, I think, as well.
yeah, this last month was just knocked them out of the park. So
Oh yeah,
they set the bar pretty high.
I think they were, yeah, at first they were pretty conservative with like the skins, but I think they're, because of the popularity, like, all right, time to crank it up.
Yeah, and there's been lots of, there's been little, like, things we don't really think about that have been added. It hasn't been that terribly long. How long has it been since showdowns were added? I know that
I
wasn't
don't know.
that difficult of a feature. I think they came right around, not far. Raids came not far after that. So, there's been incremental ads, maybe not as nearly
well,
as
and we
fast
had
as we want.
Siege added, right? I mean,
Yeah, well, that was a while ago, but still, yeah, it hasn't been that long. So, so
yeah.
there has been decent feature contents. I think the big thing that everybody wants and they haven't done is Chapter 9, which, I mean, honestly, Chapter 9 probably wouldn't take that much work, but I don't think Chapter 9's coming without Gear 12. So,
Ugh.
maybe you don't want Chapter 9 that soon. Because that I'm certain there's no way Chapter 9 comes without Gear 12. I mean, they're not gonna give you a bunch more resources, or they're gonna do Chapter 12 and then or they're gonna do Chapter 9 and then Gear 12 drops, like a month later. They'll let people all catch up and then.
It's going to take 100 of each of those level 3 pieces to do one piece of gear.
Yeah, exactly.
Screw
What they
that.
need to do, no, what they need to do, because everybody complains, if they do, say they do Gear 12 and then they do another tier of, what's it called? Your powers where you have the rings. They need to make it cost all the gears that are super easy to get, and then but an obscene amount, and do the same thing with red rings. And then you're like, oh, I can use my red rings, and then you realize, oh god, I can only do like 3 characters with them. I could see them doing something like that,
Okay.
but it would be
Yeah.
fun. It'd be bad.
So the ads, I was a little hot day one, but I've calmed down a little bit. I'm kind of chilling. We'll see what happens. I mean, like I said, I want to see how it goes. A month into it, 2 months into it, see if everything's still running. See if the ads stay optional. That's the big thing for me. Right now they're optional, so I was able to curb it a little bit.
Yeah, God forbid, they force you to view an ad as part of the daily missions.
Oh God.
That was me and Joker's suggestion, actually. Joker's idea, but I brought it up. What if, DeBoy, now, since you're a person who doesn't like the ads, you'd be a good person to
Oh,
ask.
no.
What if they replaced the Gear a Day mission with watch an ad? Because now you can gear all your characters, you ain't got to worry about it, but you're going to have to watch an ad.
Do I still get the rewards for watching the ad, or do I only
Yeah,
get the mission
you
clearing
you
rewards?
get the 10 gems. So, the first
Hey,
ad is 10 gems. It's 10, 30, 50, or something like that. It comes, or no, I don't remember.
You know what? I would be okay with that. I would be okay with that. That
What
would
if-
be fine because
how
that
about the-
mission has been like
How about
terrible
you-
for so long.
How about you flip the mission to an or? So view an ad or gear a character.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
That is brilliant.
Brilliant.
100%. Do it.
We'll suggest that on Reddit.
WB, sign it. Sign the line. Boom.
I think that's a win-win for everyone.
Also, related to ads, kind of, because this is how it was released. Those patch note posts by Reeves are awesome. Those, I have been waiting for those.
By the way, she posted just now about 45 minutes ago information regarding daily rewards. I made a comment, Reeves AMA win, and she replied, I don't know. Maybe if there's enough interest, I can push for one. So I suggest all of you go on that thread right
Yes.
now and express your interest.
We
for
need to
AMA.
bring that up on the beginning of a podcast because most people have dropped off by now.
Oh yeah. Well, move this section of the podcast to the front.
We'll just do it in the next one. It's okay.
But yeah, those patch notes, super clutch.
And also, if you're a patron, we do have a quite entertaining, like 15-minute conversation of us talking about RB5 being the new characters and the costs involved. So if you are interested in hearing that, I got to do some editing on that one, but I'll probably get that out here at some point in the next week. We don't need to hear about Kage's illicit stuff, but. All right, guys. I think we'll wrap it up there because the wife just got home and gave me some dirty looks. So.
That's a lie.
Nice.
Well, dirty in what way?
Well, I told her I had some new lingerie I was purchasing out of my game, and she probably thinks I'm trying to get her dressed up as Wonder Woman. So. Like, look,
Where's
it's
the loss in
Rihanna.
that
Come
one?
on.
It looks good on Rihanna.
Oh, God. All right, guys. I think with that, let's wrap that up, and I will talk to you guys later.
See ya.
Hey everyone, it's Tootytron. Thank you for listening to WROL Broadcasts. If you like the show, consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/WROL Broadcasts. Oh, guys, I think DP is glitching out. Oh God, I think he's gonna blow. Yikes. Maybe we should reboot him.